guys, welcome to episode 124 with the Struggling Hunters. You have Eric over here.
Hey guys, how you doing?
You have me, Joe. Welcome to the Hunting Shack. And then for those of you that do not know who we are, we're the Struggling Hunters. We are attempting to better ourselves at becoming better hunters. And we've just, been vlogging or podcasting how that's been going. And we're actually coming up on the elk hunt when this one airs. The elk hunt will have started in Colorado. And as you can tell that we're the Hunting Shack today, we're out. For those of you watching on YouTube, we're out in the desert shooting the bows, getting some last minute reps in. So this is going to be kind of a quick episode tonight. And so I guess we'll kind of get started on predictions for the hunt, the upcoming elk hunt this year. I don't know, predictions, close encounters, let's start with.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping I get into them right away, and I hope I have a few encounters.
We'll say close encounters under 80 yards.
Yeah. Under 80, which probably the area I'm going to be at this first part of the weekend. Being under 80 yards and having a close encounter is probably pretty realistic because it's fairly thick. It's hard for any far glassing or any opportunities. So, but anyway, yeah. I mean, I'm hoping a few. I'll put a number to it, 3 encounters. But I feel like I always start out optimistic my first part of the season, and so I'm hoping I seal the deal. The faster
Right.
I seal the deal, the happier I'll be. But we'll see where it goes from there. What about you? Where's your...
Well, I would like to have it's going to be a little high. Well, I guess, going off of years before, like 8 encounters would be awesome. I haven't even had barely even 1 encounter.
Well,
But-
maybe up close. You've had a few, though.
Yeah.
I mean...
I think, a couple of them, I had them,
further than 80 yards,
right,
I guess.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. I've had a couple, in my whole bow hunting career, under 50 yards.
Yeah.
But it'd be like 5. I'd say 5. But if I can get 5 close encounters this year, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
And but I was kind of sitting here thinking, as we're getting ready for the hunt and prepping and whatnot, I want to throw out weather real quick. Here in the Grand Junction area, we're going to be 100 degrees.
Yeah.
I mean, the mountains are going to be a little cooler, but
they'll be a little cooler. We've also gotten quite a bit of rain this year,
correct.
So I think up there in the mountains that might be a factor too, where it's going to be a little wet.
And so I guess I bring that up so that way we can keep it on our minds, because we've had a little bit more rain, like you said, and even though we're getting hot, there's that little fine line of trying to train our minds where to start to look.
Yeah.
And that's a typical, north-facing slopes, depending where the sun's shining. During the day, they're going to be on the cooler side, but at the same time, with as much moisture, kind of is going to be a little bit different of a year, I feel.
Yeah, it might be. And it could, I'm hoping it's a good thing.
Right, me too. Me too. I think, even though we're running a little bit hotter, but I think, the moisture that we've had, it hasn't been a ton, but it's been more than we've had in the past. So, with that being said, I don't even know what to really think. My mind starts going, oh yeah, they're going to be like fresh food all over the place for them. But kind of on that note, thinking of food, I'm going down a rabbit hole, sorry. Before I really understood elk, and not that I understand them now, but thinking on food, a couple of years, or 7-8 years ago when I first started rifle hunting them, I remember driving up to this one spot where kind of doing a day scout, and we found some tracks, and me and the guy I was hunting with, and there's all this green food, and I was like, or green, I should say green vegetation. It's like, all right, there's food for them. But it wasn't the type of vegetation that elk wanted. Like,
right.
I associated green to food, and green equals elk,
Right.
But, then I went to that area during the hunt, and I was like, God, there's all this green food, but there's nothing here.
I think that's something. I mean, I feel like I did the same exact thing a few seasons, and And I think the more you get into it and the more experience you get with elk hunting, you kind of understand, like, yeah, it might look good, but if there's no sign, there's no elk.
Right.
So just gotta keep moving. I mean, that's really the biggest takeaway, even in rifle seasons, because last year was my first archery season that I ever did. So I have a very small data point, but
Right.
even rifle seasons, I feel like I made that mistake too. You know, I would think that I would look at vegetation and be like, why wouldn't they be here? You know, but I think at the end of the day, it's the elk are going to be where the elk are, and it's kind of our job
Right.
to just find them. and I mean, that's what it comes down to, is it's our job to find them, and we might have to go
Right.
to places that we didn't even plan on going in our hunt to try to find them, because that might be where
Well, and
they
that's
are.
I think, God, I feel like, no, not to beat a dead horse, go back to what we began to talk about, but being that we've kind of had a little bit more rain in the past, that's going to deviate what they're going to do than what they have in the past too. I feel, not that know exactly where they're going to be, but
I'm not that far out.
yeah, you're that far out of camera. Eric's getting a little camera shy.
For the first time. Yeah.
But being that we finally got a little bit more rain, vegetation's going to be a little bit better. Hey, get back over here.
Yeah.
So that's again, two things I think, kind of what it seems like take away from what we've just said in the last few minutes is that understanding what's been going on as far as the weather and what that's doing to the food plot, and then not being scared to moving areas if you're not seeing any fresh sign.
Yeah, I think that's what I feel like, because it's happened to me in the past. I feel like you try to come up with a plan and you think it's the best plan that ever was invented.
Right. Because because you're the smartest person in the world.
And you get stuck in that plan.
Yeah.
Well, and you just gotta, there's so many variables to elk hunting, and that's just what I chalk it up to. And you're gonna get lucky or you're not.
Right.
Right.
But you can stack luck more in your favor by comprehending where they should, not where you think they are. Well, I guess, yeah. You can stack. I can't talk. You can stack luck more in your favor by not being so married to your plans if your plans aren't there. True.
And I mean, that's kind of what I've been learning is your plan just isn't always the best plan, so you got to divert and try new areas, and you might come up short. I mean, I know last year I feel like I wasted a lot of time walking in circles trying to find new area, try to find sign. Finally started finding what seemed to be fairly fresh sign, and then right there at the end of the season I finally got into them, and that was my thing, is I was hunting fresh sign. I wasn't hunting so much, or like you always say, fresh sign. I mean, the only time you can tell how fresh it is whenever it's coming out of the back end. So,
out of the production area.
Yeah, which I mean, I think is kind of a valid point too. But you could kind of tell something that if there's no elk in the area or if there could be elk in the area, and
right.
And that's what I did last year a lot. Is just, I mean, I just went and looked at my Onyx and made circles, and I would walk that circle, and if I didn't find any fresh sign, I would leave the area. And
so there, as we get ready to close here, what is leave the area? The next draw over, a couple miles down the road, 10 miles down the road?
Well, it could be across the road. It could be another canyon. It could be anything. It could be just whatever I'm looking at. Switching back and forth from the topo to the satellite view and being like, try that. That looks like a good canyon there. And another thing is if I saw somebody on the left side of the road, I was like, okay, I think they're off in the left side, so I'm gonna take the right side. Like just trying to stay away from people, and figured, the person on the other side of the road, he might be blowing up that area all on his own, so why go behind him and
Right.
So I'll just go to the other side. So that was kind of my plan too. And it's not as easy as it sounds, because I mean, I was like pulling my hair out. I mean, that last day, I was like, I don't know what to do. And really, one of the best advices that I feel like you gave me that year, whenever I called you, and I was like, dude, this is where I'm at. I've seen this, I've seen that, but I'm just not really reeling them in. And you were like, well, it's your last day. Bugle your head off. And I'm like, yeah, why not? So I did. And, I got an opportunity that I messed up, that I got to take responsibility for. But, I got that opportunity. So,
Right.
So I think of that and I go, there's kind of a theme there, is just being aggressive,
Oh, true. Yeah.
And that's something that I'm probably we're kind of starting to open a can of worms, and we were gonna put this away a little quicker, but that's something that I have in the back of my mind right now. I'm like, I'm not gonna overthink it. But I am gonna try to be aggressive. I mean, unless I start hearing some bugles or something, I'm gonna try to lay out as much cow calls as I can and just keep moving.
Right.
If I start hearing bugles, I'll test it out, but I'm just not going to be afraid to bugle. I'm going to be a little aggressive with it, and that's really my attack plan this year. And if it blows up in my face, it blows up in my face, but
Right.
that is what I'm going to go for this year. So,
Gotcha.
is there anything?
Nah, closing, I won't do my typical no and then like come up with a couple sentences.
Yeah.
But I just, just trying to think, being ready for the hunt this year, and not being scared to throw my plan out the window and try to understand where they might be and where they, based on food and what the weather has created for them to be, where the weather has created a spot for them to be for that. Yeah.
Right.
I'm making sense in my head. I'm not making sense to you guys. So pay attention to us this year and see if I refer back to this video trying to explain what I did.
Yeah, I'm gonna that's something that we're gonna try to do too, is actually make a hunting video. And well, we might make a couple of them.
Right.
We'll keep them, if we're not landing, it's going to be kind of a daily vlog, I guess. Well, sort of daily. Just because of service purposes and stuff, I might not be able to get it out into the universe, but that's neither here or there. But I plan on filming my hunts and hopefully getting that on video. Hopefully I get success, but I might not. And if I don't, then, I'll tell you what I'm coming up against, and you guys can hear the harmonica.
Right.
So, oh, that's funny. I did the wrong thing,
You
but that's
did.
all right. Who cares?
That's who we are.
Yeah. My air band can do whatever it wants. So,
yeah, tune in for Eric's air band.
yep. I got as many. What did I say earlier? We actually were joking about air bands earlier. I have as many fans as I do instruments.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty sweet. Anyways, we're going down a bad rabbit hole of nonsense. So with that said, guys, I think we're done.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. This is a pretty quick podcast. Give us support. Tell us what you think about the quicker ones. We'll do more of them if you like them. But with that said, guys, thanks for supporting the struggling hunters. We appreciate you. And good luck this hunting season, guys. I hope you guys get success. And let us know if you do, man. Let us know. Put it in the comment. Let us know, because that's what it's all about, is community. So with that, guys, thanks for joining us in the hunting shack tonight. And we'll see you in the next episode. Have a
Take
good
care.
one.